What is up, guys? It is DMJ here, and today we're going to be looking at our first team of the season squad builder, and it is actually a decent one. It features 3 team of season players with that 87 Sessegnon, the 83 rated left back Joe Bryan, and then the 87 Fernando from the Russian league. Now, this team, like I said, does feature around 3 team of season players. We'll hopefully in the future do around 4 or 5, or even maybe keep it at 3, but I don't want to do 8 or 9 team of seasons because that might be too many to review at once. I do want to keep it somewhat small so we can kind of just feature on a few team of seasons. And I am obviously going to be doing more squad builders, more rate my squads and things like that in the future. So again, if you do see any players for Rate My Squad that you want to see reviewed by me, just let me know in the comments down below, or just send me them on Twitter. Either way works for me. But in the meantime, we're going to be looking at this particular team and the players in it. So this team features De Gea in goal, Carvajal at right back, the 86 Fernandez and the informed Kyle Walker at center backs, and the team season Joe Bryan at left back. And then in the midfield was that team of the year Harry Kane, informed Saul, Prime Okocha, and then the attack was Bale. And then that's Fernando card, the team of the season Fernando, and then that 87 team of the season Sessegnon. Now, of course, we would switch to a 4-1-2-1-2 in game. Fernando at defensive mid, Saul and Harry Kane at the left and right center mids, Okocha at center attacking mid, and then Bale, and then Sessegnon at the striker spot. So first, I do want to talk about the team of the season players. First was Joe Bryan, and we mainly got him just because we packed him. Very first pack that we opened, it was on a stream as well, and we got him in a I think it was a 25k pack, a rare gold pack. And he looks good, and he was good. He was actually very decent. I was happy with him. He has 90 pace. He has, I don't know what his physical is exactly, I think it's 81, but he has 81 strength with that, which is very solid for an outside back. I think it's above average. I think it's well above average, actually. And then for his defending, it's also quite good. I believe it's 83. So that's very good stats. I would say there are probably some left backs that are better. You have, Alexandro, for example. But in terms of just quality left backs that are going to be going for cheap, he's going to be one of them, and he's English. He will be harder to link since he is in the second tier English league. But I mean, like I said, he is English himself, and he does link with that Sessegnon, which is what we did. There's also that icon Ferdinand that you can link him with. So I mean, there are plenty of options that you can link him with. So it's not like it's impossible by any means. So I mean, again, like I said, he is probably one of the at least one of the better left backs I've used this year. So I was very happy with him. Fernando at center defensive mid. He was actually very solid. Felt like pretty much a Conte that could just go forward, pretty much, or like an Allen that could go forward, because he has decent enough pace. I believe it's 77, 78, or 79, somewhere in that area. So, decent enough. His physical is decent. The strength is not amazing, but 77, 78, again, that's similar to Conte, similar to Allen. Very good stamina as well. And then you have his defending, which doesn't seem that good. I think it's only 84 or 85, but it's brought down by his heading accuracy, which is like 60. All of his other stats, interception, stand tackle, slide tackle, marking, that's 85 or higher for all of those. So his defending is very good. His physical is similar to Conte. He has medium-high work rates. Again, pace is very good, or at least usable. Pace is decent. His shooting is very good, and very good long shots and shot power. The only thing I did notice with his card is his dribbling. His agility and balance is fine. So, if you're moving around with him, trying to intercept the ball, you can do that. If you're trying to make a tackle, then you can do that. His ball control is also decent, but his actual dribbling stat is, I think, 70 or low 70s, which is obviously very bad, especially for someone who goes forward, right? For a defender, you're not really going to notice it that much, but for someone who could go forward, that's not really that good. So I did notice that quite a bit, actually, when I was going forward with him a little bit. So I did try to take the ball off of him, or keep the ball on him as little as possible. But, like I said, he wasn't like an attacker who got on the ball all the time, so it wasn't the worst case scenario. And overall, I was very happy with him. And then finally was that 87 team of the season Sessegnon. And I will be honest, I was actually not that impressed with him. And that was something I heard a lot of other people say as well. He just wasn't that good for some people, and I couldn't understand why. And I think it was his dribbling. It was his dribbling that was just not that good. His agility and balance is very good. His dribbling, his actual dribbling and ball control stat isn't bad by any means. I think it's 84 and 84 or 84, 83, something like that. So it's not bad by any means. But the thing that made it really hard for him to use is that, with these agile players who have really good balance as well, right? Who have like 99 agility, 99 balance. As soon as they get the ball, they can make these quick turns. It doesn't really matter what their dribbling is. Like we used the Cameroon striker from Marseille, I believe his name was G, and he had very good agility, very good balance. Dribbling was high 70s, I believe, and he felt that way. He get on the ball, you could make these quick turns with him, and then after that, his dribbling was iffy. But initially, he could make these quick turns. Sessegnon couldn't even do that. His dribbling, after a few touches, was not really that great, which is understandable because I think it's low 80s is his dribbling and ball control. But, I mean, he couldn't even make quick turns with this high agility and this high balance. His pace was fine. His passing was fine. If he was able to get a shot off, it was going in 9 times out of 10. He could finish it inside the box very, very well. I didn't even really notice his 3-star weak foot that much. But it was really disappointing because I wouldn't want him on the ball. And the fact that he's an attacker, he's someone that's very small, right? If you have someone small, you want them on the ball most likely just because they are supposed to be good at dribbling, right? Like the Okochas, like the Agueros, like the Gabriel Jesuses. He can't dribble for some reason. And I just don't know why that is. He just can't maneuver very well, even though he has this incredible agility and balance and a decent enough dribbling and ball control stat. So, I mean, try him out for yourself because, again, his pace and his shooting are very, very good. He can finish 9 times out of 10 in the box. I don't really notice his 3-star weak foot, but it's almost unusable to a point in some games. We'll move on from him and go to the rest of the team. De Gea in goal, we've talked about before, best goalkeeper in the game. Carvajal at right back, I mean, he's average at best. Like Joe Bryan, the team season left back, is much better. If you absolutely have to use Carvajal, then you can, because in this case we did as well since we had Bale at right mid, or at right wing, and we needed a link to him. So Carvajal was the only person that we could really go with. So in that case, he's okay to use, but if you can go with someone else, then go with someone else. But if you absolutely have to use him, then it's fine. The 2 center backs, Fernandez and Kyle Walker, defending-wise, they were fine. They were making good tackles. Kyle Walker made a couple of mistakes, but he has 91 pace, so he's able to make up for it. Fernandez was just very good at defending in general. Never noticed a height issue, because Fernandez is 5'10", Kyle Walker is 6 foot. I've never noticed a height issue with them or any defender who was pretty small in the past, so that was never a problem. But the thing that really frustrated me with these guys is their lack of strength. They couldn't knock people who had very high strength like Lukaku or someone like that. They literally had no chance. But someone who had 75 to 80 strength, who I think they could probably knock off the ball like Aubameyang, they couldn't even knock them off the ball. Or it'd be a 50-50 where I think they should knock them off the ball. I believe Kyle Walker has upper 70 strength and Fernandez has like 83 or 84 strength, so that's not good enough. If you could use one of them for, if you could probably use one of them and then a stronger center back, but you can't use them both together, or you can't use 2 weak center backs or else you're going to get screwed, because no matter how good the defending is, no matter how fast they are, right, there are going to be times where they have to outstrength someone, and they're not going to be able to do that. At least these 2 particular guys are. So that was the defense. We talked about Fernando already. In the midfield was Team of the Year Harry Kane and Inform Saul. Easily the best players in the team. In fact, that midfield trio with Fernando, Team of the Year Harry Kane, and that Inform Saul were the best part of the team. Saul was probably the best player in the team because he was just everywhere. He could shoot, he could score, he could pass, he could defend, he could dribble. He could literally do everything you want. He was always in the right position, and then he would just elevate his game and make other players better too, somehow. Harry Kane in the midfield, the fact that he was able to just shoot, that we could just shoot with him from anywhere, and it was really nice. I don't really think he'd probably be decent at striker, but I mean, the fact that he has high work rates, he's 6'2", 98 stamina, 99 strength, again, could shoot from anywhere. 86 pace, I believe. It's amazing to have in the midfield. We talked about a coach all out already. We talked about Sessegnon already, and then finally was Bale at striker. 3-star weak foot isn't that great, but he has 4-star skill, so you can kind of maneuver or do some things with it, so you could get him on that left foot, and when he does get on that left foot, he will put it away. The only problem I noticed with him is that sometimes his positioning isn't that great. He actually dumb. But I mean, if you get inside the box with him and you get a shot with him, he will literally bury it every single time. I don't think he missed an open net, or I don't think he missed like a wide open shot. I've never really had a problem with that with him. So that's probably going to be it for this video, guys. Once other team of season players come out, just let me know which ones you want to see a review on, and I will try to get that done for you guys. But like I said, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been DMG. Peace.